Hi, Patrice here. I was thinking about the whole point of all this. I don't know how many videos I'm in now. I think 20 something. I don't know. But on this like Recover Me series, and I think about sometimes like what this is all about, like the whole point of it. And I love how I just in following, God, like there's so many different things that this whole thing could have been titled. And yeah, it could have went so many different ways. But the whole point, and I'm like cheesing, like as I'm saying this, the whole point was to recover me, or is to recover me, is to be my most authentic self. It's to recover what was stolen, what was taken from me, and like my identity, my and the thing is, what's interesting is there, even in the midst of growing up the way I did, and then not knowing or being in denial, whatever way, way you want to call it, I still had parts of me that, and I just can only credit it to God, because there were parts of me that still went against the grain with different things regarding like birth and homeschooling and all that. And that alone, takes a lot of courage and guts, to do. But as always, I felt strongly that that was the path God was leading me along, and so I did it, and it didn't matter what other people said. And people said, okay, people said a lot. I remember just before I had my daughter, which was my first home birth, somebody said something along the lines of like, are you sure you want to do this kind of thing? And I was like, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Like, like, oh dang, you know what, I hadn't even thought this through. I just, like, I don't know, I thought it looked cute. I came up with it, like, on the fly. And you know what, you're right, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is nuts. Like, really? So yeah, it's about me being my most authentic self, and learning to be okay with that. And I love that more and more I am okay with being me, no matter who likes it and who doesn't. It's I'm gonna be me, and I really like that. And I like that because I was thinking about how, like, the idea of being my like being authentic can be scary for a lot of people. But there's a saying that says, like, the idea of like eating an elephant is, one bite at a time. And that's how I think of this whole thing of being authentic. One moment from the next, like right here, right now, I'm being me. And I am not thinking about tomorrow. I can't think about yesterday. That's done. Tomorrow ain't happened yet. So all I have is the present, and so in this present moment, I like check in with myself, and I'm like, okay, Treese, are you really being you right now, or are you succumbing to what you think they feel you need to be or do, or whatever. And that's all I gotta do. That's it, and I have a love-hate for the whole self-awareness idea, because I love it, because I can see how anyone in this position, anyone period, whether you have been affected by narcissistic abuse or any of the cluster B abusive disorders, you can still become self-aware and like be an amazing person as a result. There are so many, like, the thing that I hate about self-awareness is not many people have it. And it's just like, it's exasperating. Sometimes you look around and you see how people behave, but at the same time there's freedom, and you know what, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But sometimes it's annoying having to like be the bigger person, because you understand that I'm not in charge of this person's journey and the results of their decisions, and you know, all that, and you can let it go. But sometimes when people come to you with certain things, it can be hard to not approach them in a way that could be like kind of combative. But I'm thinking about a situation where two loved ones, these two people love each other dearly. They're family members. They love each other dearly, but they say things to each other that they can't take back, and things that frankly don't need to be said at all, and they don't even realize it. And what they're doing, because, oh well, I'm gonna tell you what I think, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, I'm just being real, I'm just like, this is me, I'm just an honest person, I'm just like you know, all that, having to, like, I gotta put it out there, I gotta be, you know, all the honest, and you know, all that is just severing the relationship. And for me, with all this self-awareness stuff that I've learned, if the most important goal for me is to remain in contact with this person and have, like, there be love between us, and affection, and you know, all the good stuff, then I may want to choose my words wisely. It may not be so important that I don't like the way you did this, you know, last year or last month or yesterday. That doesn't matter, because first of all, it's done, and then you're gonna make your decisions regardless of my input. And so my opinion is not even vital. It's not necessary. Yes, I have one, but it's not necessary to voice it. And certainly it's just not necessary. It's just not, because especially if it's gonna cause a wedge between us. Now, if you do something to me and I feel like I need to address it, then okay. But even then, I'm gonna choose my words wisely. And I'm not saying be a wimp. I'm not saying you're not gonna tell the truth. But if you are wanting to keep a connection with this person, and that is important to you, then you're gonna guard your tongue, you know. And even with my mother, with me not having contact with my mother, I am not going to call, email, or text her and like cuss at her and like go off. And now I have a lot of anger, and it's rightful and justified, and you know, all that. But what would all that accomplish? Nothing at all. So I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not even, at least right now, I'm not even trying to have a relationship with her, because I'm trying to focus on my healing, because the trauma and all that is I can't do that while holding her hand. I can't, you know, not this kind of thing, you know. Anybody that knows about this area knows that that's the first thing. It's sad. This guy he has the disorder. He said, I was at doing a telesummit. He said, when you know, you go. And basically what he was referring to, like, when you know that the person that you're dealing with, no matter what the relationship is, when you know they have this, get out of there. Just get out of there, because it does not get better. It does not. But anyway, I'm I'm happy with what I'm learning, and I'm intent on being me, and I'm intent on being the best me I can be, and being authentic and self-aware. And I'm learning so much about myself, and it's quite an amazing and actually fascinating journey, because the things that I'm learning, sometimes some of it is hard to reconcile with my faith, because again, I believe God can heal anything, any and everything. And I also, like I said in another video, I also believe that people have free will. And I believe that God is not going to just override a person's free will. There have been moments in the Bible where he did, like like Saul of Tarsus became Paul. He got quite a surprise. But but anyway, I'm like getting sidetracked. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm even on this journey. It wasn't a journey that I was looking for at all, but I thank God that he wasn't willing to allow me to stay where I was and to continue to be tormented in my heart as I was, because I was tormented. Jesus, like I don't know if I'll ever share the nightmares. God's gonna have to tell me about that. But God, the nightmares, the flashbacks, like I've told you some things, but it's so much. It's so intricate and complex and just crazy, and sad. But I'm happy. I love how, like, somebody else in this group coaching that I'm doing now, she was talking about how you can be sad and you can be down and you can, things can be really bad, but you can still have moments of gratitude and happiness, and even in the midst of all that. And I'm like, yeah, like I don't have to sit around crying all the time, or sad and dwelling and ruminating on things. I mean, there's time for processing different things, and there is time for crying and grieving, which that's something I need to do. I really need to grieve, because I'm not able to connect with my younger self and all that my younger self went through. I'm not able to connect. I can tell you horror story after horror story, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, it happened. And it's not a big deal. But when I hear some of your stories, because you guys, some of you, my God, some of y'all had me crying with your stories, and Jesus, all the things that you are going through and have gone through. It breaks my heart. But I'm not able to connect in that way to my own trauma yet. So that grieving process hasn't happened for me yet, but I'm sure it will, because God ain't gonna, lead me all this way and, to be like, all right, I'm done. You figure the rest out. All right, go ahead now. That's not how this goes. So, all right, I'm gonna end it here. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to continue on with me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.